Hello, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. It's the weekend today, and first first quick draft of the new open beta. It's not exactly a new set. It's M19. I think next week or next week the quick draft will be Guilds of Ravnica, so that would be exciting as well. Don't have enough gems for another sealed. I'm not. I likewise don't have enough gems for competitive draft either, but nothing wrong with M19. In fact, I think I've been doing better in M19 than when I was drafting Dominaria. So without further ado, let's proceed to yeah, let's cash in our juice. And right off the bat, these got a decent rare in Torn Lieutenant. It is it's annoying in itself. It's a 2-3 for 2, so it is quite reasonable. We can pump it much later in the end game. We will have to be on the lookout for other elves like Elvish Rejuvenator. Actually, no, we don't have to. This guy just builds himself up. There is another elf that does the pumpings, but it's also in the rare slot, so no guarantees on that one. Otherwise, Departed Deckhand, actually quite decent. Heroic Reinforcements is probably the better card, especially if you do a go-wide strategy, but for the time being, I'm not really willing to commit to red-white at this moment. Luminous Bonds is our decent removal, but I'm going to just take the Torn Lieutenant for now. It's kind of my rule of live fast, die hard. Speaking of which, we're not tied to elves, so we're not necessarily tied to green. So so if I find any options for removal, I will take it. Hieromancer's Cage is a decent form of removal. Might be better than Electrify's an instant, but they both cost the same. But this one answers more threats in general. I'll take the Hieromancer's Cage. So we're looking at green-white. So we need to look for some decent green. No, Daggerback Basilisk is a decent green card. Pegasus Courser, actually quite an overperforming white card. Especially if you get enough ground creatures. This one gives one of your small guys flying too. So it's a question of which do we prioritize, green or white. As it is, I think the white might be. I feel like white is better right now. Sure, Daggerback Basilisk is some sort of removal. I'll take the Pegasus Courser for now. Got Talons of Wildwood if ever we get that option. White kind of dried up a bit, so I might just take the Poison Tip Archers. Speculate a little bit. It's a little bit easier to splash depending on what other lands you get. So I'll take the Luminous Bonds. That's yet more removal. There we go. Druid of Horns. That's one of our payoffs. Let's see if we can get one of the Talons back. Or maybe an Infernal Scarring's not so bad. So we're currently green-white. We might splash black. We might not. Definitely not for this one. Not for this one. I'll take the Titanic Growth. So that one always works. Daybreak Chaplain. Sure, something annoying on the ground, I guess. I could take Plummet. This is something I would much rather have if we're doing best of threes rather than best of ones. That said, we do have a few options for removal right now, just not that many. So let's just keep an eye out. That said, yeah, Oresco Swift Claw's better than Highland Game in this case. Yeah, we could use an Inspired Charge. And sure, we'll take the Line Breaker. These are not exactly the right splash colors for now. Wall of Vines, yeah, yeah, why not? So not so bad, not so great either, but we'll see. I will definitely take Vinemare. Hexproof we cannot just overvalue Hexproof. This is definitely valuable. If we can get the Blanchwood, actually any aura is quite decent with it, so I can't complain too much. So on the other side, Militia Bugler, we have a few targets. We have a few targets for this one, but not enough to justify it. Gallant Cavalry might actually be an might be a better option, especially if we do decide to run the inspired charge. Actually, let's put it here for now. Something to consider. Gallant Cavalry might be a better bet. Centaur Courser's not bad either on the tree drop slot. Again, we don't have any elf synergy yet, so I'm actually quite torn between these two. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We have a fair amount of drops. I'll take the Militia Bugler. Let's see how it goes. Okay, definitely take the Cavalry Drill Master too. So it's not looking great for our Poison Tip Archer Splash. It would have been nice though, especially if we could get this one back later. I will take Make a Stand. This one, this card wrecks opposing board positions. Probably have to take one Colossal Dreadmont. We need to take one, have at least something big. I could always just take Daggerback Basilisk though, but we're not gonna see either of them again. Currently, our curve right now is heavy 2, 3, and 4. I'll probably just take let's just take 1, 6. Definitely take another Titanic. Will I take another Titanic Growth? No reason to take the Trusty Pack Beast now. Yeah, let's take the other Titanic Growth. Definitely take... Ooh. I was gonna say definitely taking the Tranquil Expanse. It does fix our colors, but we right now we don't have any aura spells that interact with our Druid of Horns, so that one is... Well, I'm not gonna cast Luminous Bonds on it. Talons of Wildwood. This is not even the right splash color to begin with. I'll take the Talons. The Dwarven Priest is also worth considering. Take Daybreak Chaplain. Yeah, we'll take the Oaken Form. So we now have 2 auras. That should be good enough. And I hate out the Knight of Tusk. Novice Knight. I'll take it, but I'm probably not gonna run it. Knight's Pledge. Something to consider. Naturalize on the site. Well, I'm not gonna run Naturalize ever, so I'm just gonna take the Stitcher Supply. Oh, these guys came back, so let's take the Line Breaker again. So, ooh, yay. The greedy person in me says just take the Liliana. You're probably never gonna see something like that again. This is just me being greedy. I'm not gonna benefit from taking Liliana in this deck. If I were to take a black card, it might actually just be the Poison Tip Archer, if ever. Still have no real reason to splash black. I don't have any mana fixing or whatnot. In fact, there's a Luminous Bonds for removal. That's probably the better card. Okay. I kind of want to speculate a bit, so I'm gonna take this one. Shame I'm gonna pass a Mythic, but we'll see. Amulet of Same Keeping. That is a sideboard card. Dwarven Priest, it does gain us some life, but do we need the 2/4 for 4? Actually, I might be better off just taking the 2/3 for 3. It's a bit on the small end, but it does randomly host some red decks. So, okay, but that said, green and white definitely dried up here, so I'm gonna take the card that hurts me the most. Okay, I guess now we take the dagger. I could take an Elvish Rejuvenator, but this is not very good mana fixing. If I find a Manolith, I'm gonna take it right then and there. I've been kind of skimping out. I think that I would rather take the dagger back here. So, Talons again. Leonin Vanguard. Invoke the Divine. I did say I was not going to take Naturalize. This one just becomes a 2/2. That's not big enough. I'll take it anyway. I take it anyway, but I'm not gonna run it. Definitely take the Tornhide Wolves. So we got 5-drop and the 6-drop. That's not so bad. Take another Cavalry Drill Master. So note we have no real mana fixing, so the poison tip archers are not gonna make the main deck. They're good, but not good enough for me to compromise the mana base. I'm gonna just take cards that hurt me a bit right now. I could take a Rocks Oracle, but this is actually one of the weaker 5-drops. The Tornhide Wolves is much better. Vinemare is much better. A second Inspired Charge. Right now our deck is mostly white early game, mostly black late game. Mostly green. I'll just take the Inspired Charge. I'll just figure it out from there. I'm not exactly a go wide deck, so that there is a problem in that end. So quite short of card draw. I never saw a green black or a white black land at this point. So with that in mind, we need to make 4 cuts. And my bet is that we need to cut some of the... We need to cut 2 creatures and 2 non-creatures. So let's see. Our weaker creatures would be... I'll cut 1 Line Breaker. I'll cut 1... Let's see. What's our composition? We're more white than green, so... But I will cut the Knight's Pledge. So cut Knight's Pledge. I did cut 1 Line Breaker, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So I need to make 2 more cuts. 2 more cuts, preferably 1 I could cut 2 non-creatures also, so probably drop 1 Inspired Charge. Yeah, because I have Make a Stand already. That's kind of like another Inspired Charge. So I have 2 Aura. Well, 1 Aura I can kind of buy back, so that's not too bad. This one doesn't really count. So Druid of Horns, kind of like a mini team. It's not that great. I'll probably cut either the... No, I'm going to keep the Oresco Swiftclaw since we need to be aggressive. I'll cut the Daybreak Chaplain. In fact, I might just put the... Actually, another alternative for me is to cut both Line Breakers, put the Daybreak Chaplain. Actually, I could even put the Leonin Vanguard in. Let's just put the Chaplain in. So, this is what our deck looks like, 40 cards. Now, on the assumption that we put in the Poison Tip Archers, what would we cut? We definitely have to cut some of the double cost cards, so Shieldmare would go. Vinemare would stay, but Inspired Charge might be a bit of a stretch. Actually, that is an alternative. Let's take a look. If we were to put these 2, we have 2 swamps that will come out of nowhere. We would have to sacrifice the Shieldmare and Pride the Daybreak Chaplain. So we would now be more green than white, which makes sense because this is also green. Now an argument can be made for a pure green-white deck. We do have the cards to make it work. But I think this might be worth a shot. This is virtually 2 additional pieces of removal. So let's go for it. So green, white, splash black, so that's Abzan. At the very least, I do come up with some decent names. It's a shame I never saw the green-white uncommon. Then again, maybe not a good idea either. I think that one ran off enchantments also. So that's our deck. Yeah, let's see. Yep, I can't export the... there's no way to export the deck list from here, so... yeah, we won't be having a splash screen on the side. Anyway, it's just draft, so... there's no big issue with seeing what our opponent's doing, so... what the heck? That's... no, you definitely have to see what the opponent's doing. There's no issue in seeing who our opponent is. For some reason, I think I'm much happier having the deck list on the side if it's in constructed. When you have to deal with other people, I don't know. More like some sort of unpredictability issue, but okay. So right now we got our white, we got our splash color. We just need green. But we do have a 2-drop, and we have 9 forests. What are the odds? I'm gonna keep it. And our opponent mulliganed already. So there you go. That's our splash color. So no, that's our main color. Definitely gonna play white, green. Yeah. Let's play white, Daybreak Chaplain. Splat, drop green, drop dagger back. Next turn, then the turn after, I can even inspired charge if I need to. Depends what our opponent does. Our opponent should have something by now. Or not. So let's build up a little bit of our creature base. If our opponent has some removal spells, I'd rather not commit to Oaken Form yet, but that might not be an option. Okay, this one's gonna be awfully greedy, but I kind of want to put this game away as soon as possible. So let's see. Yep, our opponent probably has a removal spell. He just needs to... oh, he didn't. So... well, that was fast. I was right. I did want to put the game away quickly. So, first win. That was not too bad, actually. But I don't expect every game to be a cakewalk. You have to remember, for you to have decent luck, your opponent has to burn out at some point. Then again, it's not necessarily zero sum. It's possible both players have good luck on their hands. And then that's where it becomes a game of skill. So, Oresco Swiftclaw, Talents of Wildwood. We need to get our splash color, but at least we got our 2 main colors, and we do have a decent 4-drop. I'll definitely... okay. So, yeah, this is what I was afraid of. I was gonna draw both of these and not have my splash color ready. This is even worse. That said, I'm also not liking the idea of putting Oaken Form on Oresco Swiftclaw. There is an inherent disadvantage to putting auras on creatures. Not to mention, yeah, it's a 2-for-1 waiting to happen. I could just swing right now, let him block with Tolarian Scholar, make a stand, just break it through. Or you know what? I could just put it on here now, make our opponent use up a spell anyway. Just 1-for-1 the situation. No, you know what? Let's wait it out first. Oh, he's not even gonna block it. Okay, so that's fine. So I can just put the Talents of Wildwood on this guy now, so at the... since I know I can just buy it back. And my payoff card's not there yet. Now, if our opponent wants to do some sort of removal spell, perfectly fine. So, lo and behold, we actually hit our splash color. So we can actually play that first. Our opponent might have a counter spell. No, he did not. He could just chump block. He could just chump block, game, do a little cash in, Or he can just pump it. So he gets to get both. He gets to get his creature back. I get to trample over a little bit. And I get to hit him. And I get to kind of hit him for free. So, not too bad. I knew I was going to lose the Oreskos Swift Claw, but at least it wasn't in the worst way I was imagining it. Now, if our opponent drops a bigger creature, I have Hieromancer's Cage ready. Not so much. I could just double barrel the Poison Tip Archers. Nope. Hieromancer's Cage getting down now. I am not waiting. I could also just make a stand, but kind of defeats the purpose. I could attack. We would just... Yeah, I could attack. We would just be trading down life. Generally, I think it's to my advantage. And we do have more cards. I'm just gonna trade down life a bit. Sure, he could gain a little more back, but if he's using his mana here, he's not using his mana here. So Sky March Bloodletter. So hit our mana again. So combat, attack. So I'm gonna send this guy out again. So now the trick is cast our second one. He will gain some life back, but at least these guys could hold the fort. I can double attack him to make a stand, but it's not lethal yet. I could buy the talents back, but I would want one more green mana. Dead touch. Actually, you know what? Okay, take note. This one's creatures I control, so I can actually put Oaken Form. Encourage him to block, then make a stand. Yeah, let's do that. And if this is a bounce spell, so be it. So this is the unusually aggressive play. Okay, he's just gonna chump. Okay. Okay, so he didn't. So not too shabby. I will lose some life here, but Torrents of Wildwood can come back. It might be the same as the very last time I played Black-Green. I never drew the... No, I was able to draw Druid of Torrents. I was able to get one creature out of it. Not necessarily the case this time, but worst case, I could just play Torn Lieutenant, buy back end of turn, then worry about it, I suppose. Right now, our opponent wants to get rid of this guy. If he has removal spell, he's probably gonna use it now. Okay, so he's gonna try to race. I have to be careful. If he is willing to run abnormal endurance, he probably has another way of racing me. Rise from the grave. He did buy Issaret back. So that's an issue. So I could just trade with these guys at this point. So I'm actually gonna just send this one guy in. Because the most he can't actually buy anything back. Maybe the Neonate again. So now he has to, because I'm holding Poison Tip. Okay, he's holding that back. So let's run these guys now. So I'm emptying my hand just to get enough blockers for the ground. It's gonna come to a point he's gonna have to trade something for this. Thank goodness I was able to get rid of this guy. This would have been a nightmare if I didn't have the cage. So our next turn would... So our next turn is really gonna be just a question of what do we put Talons of Wildwood on. Or not. I could just swing with this guy. He does threaten 6 damage on his own. So our opponent is currently on the tank. We are in a position where we have to attack next turn. Our opponent is in a position where he has to put enough blockers. He does have something in hand. He's looking at his graveyard, he's looking at his hand, he's looking at his graveyard. Isaret's not buying anything back at this point, so he's the one who's not in a position to attack. Departed deckhand, that does get some damage through. I'm hoping my next draw is another creature. Nope, it's not another creature, so... I have to hold these two back. Problem is, he's gonna just keep chipping me off every turn, so I have to decide if I want to attack with everyone now. At least I get poison tip archer triggers, so that might be enough. So he's gonna throw those two in front. I'm definitely gonna pump the Torn Lieutenant then. He has to block. He's definitely gonna block Isaret on this guy. Yeah, that gets rid of that. He'll probably chump the Neonate on one of these guys. He's not gonna throw this guy away. He's actually, they're both virtually the same. Okay. He probably will throw the Neonate away. He can still gain life out of it. Because right now I'm relying on getting enough death triggers to win the game for me. So right now this is 1, 2, 3 creatures dying. Three creatures dying. That's... I think I'm only gonna get 5 triggers. Oh wait, if he didn't block these guys. Wait, he still has something. Let's see what he's got. Okay, so let's watch all these stick triggers stack. So he gets it back, but yeah. Double barrel to poison tip archer. I think I made the mistake. Deck should definitely have poison tip archer as the cover. Which is ironic, consider... You know what, I'll just leave it like this, but let's be honest. MVP is the poison tip archer. They are good enough to splash. Though currently I've just been lucky so far with hitting my colors. I'm gonna run into a point where I'm gonna get those guys and they're gonna be stranded in my hand. Let's keep riding the hype train while we're at it. So this one's quite good. We have double green for potential Vinemare. Whichever one of these I run first depends... Well, our opponent goes first, so... That should make our decision easier. Okay, if our opponent is playing red, I will definitely run Daybreak Chaplain first. Now, could also be wrong in that regard. Yep, red-white, he's probably aggressive. I'm not gonna risk a shock. Daybreak Chaplain first. Now, admittedly, Daybreak Chaplain is a lackluster creature in our deck. We don't have any life gain triggers. But she is a good blocker. I'll give her that. In fact, I can just go for Militia Bugler just to get... I'm just gonna go Militia Bugler. Let's see if we can dig up something good. We do have 2 of these. I don't have to take him now. I'll take the Cavalry Drill Master. It's about being... We have to be realistic at this point. We are in no position to be able to cast. So right now I'm just mooching life. Because I know I'm gonna lose it later. I'm curious what our opponent's gonna do at this point. Hostile Minotaur. So we're gonna take the 4. Oh no, we're just gonna take 3. Okay, fine, I'll take the 3. So our alternate plan, for the time being, though it is quite poor, but I do have to do it. I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to run the Cavalry Drill Master first. On the Daybreak Chaplain. Go to combat. Swing with this gal. I think I can chump block. Bought our life back. Talons of Wildwood and Militia Bugler is probably my next bet. Actually, I'll just drop Oresca Swiftclaw for now. That is a blocker. Ooh, opponents on Mardu colors. Red, white, and black. Now... Whichever one is the splash color remains to be seen. He's only played 2 cards so far. Can't make... Okay, wait. I'm suspecting the black is the splash color, but I could be wrong. Yeah, black's the splash color. Opponent has a 5/5, but he's not attacking. So I'm actually going to drop... Let's see. I'm gonna drop the Tornhide Wolves first. That's the one that makes most sense for mana-wise. So he can swing in the air, I can swing back on the ground. I'm also gonna do the Pegasus Corsair Vinemare, but I need more mana. I might just play the Vinemare out first, then play... Oh no, that's a problem. I'm definitely playing the Pegasus Corsair first then. Cavalry Drill Master, let's get our 6 damage in. So given the situation, we need to squeeze in as much damage as we can now before our opponent decides to wipe our board or something. He can throw the Pegasus Corsair away, which is actually quite fine. At least it means I'm only worrying about 6 damage coming in, not 12. Nope. I should expect 12 damage incoming. I might kiss my Pegasus Corsair goodbye. Vinemare is going to end up having to trade with one of these guys. Unfortunately, he's probably going to trade with the... Oh, wow. Dragons. On to dragons. This is so much fun. Sarcasm. Now, we need one of our removal spells. I can afford... I think I can still afford to take damage now. I just need to hit one of our removal spells now. Luminous Bonds will do it. Problem is putting... Well, at least I'm not taking damage here. But I'll be taking 15, 16 damage next turn. Yikes. Wait, so I have to put him on one of the... Okay, there's nothing here, so that one's... Token is probably... So we did go mana shy a bit. Now here comes the question. So I'm taking lethal in the air at this point. Might as well pump this guy up here. Yeah, so this is basically... It's basically good game if our opponent figures out blocks. Then again, if our opponent decides to... Okay, he's not jumping that way. I might have thrown the Pegasus Courser. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 5 is... Wait, his math is wrong. Wait, he's gonna have to undo some of his attacks. He forgot about the... Wait, what? Oh, my math is wrong. Hold on. I'm still at 16, but 6... Yeah, that's a good game. In hindsight, putting in the lattice might have been better. I could have just held back one guy, but... Courser was gonna make it flying anyway. Yeah. Yeah. The dragon combo was quite strong. I still have no idea which one is the splash color. Well, not that it mattered. I needed the luminous bonds was a removal spell. Probably played it wrong in the... I probably played it wrong in the end, but oh well. You can't win them all. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you'll find that I'm one card away from getting that achievement. So just dust off the dirt on our feet, lick our wounds. March on. So this one is very hard to keep. Our deck is full of 2 and 3 drops. We're hitting our 4 and 5 drops. I'm not confident in this one. If our opponent has a very fast hand, this is game over. We can't even play this guy. This one's scarier. We have a 2 drop that we can't play. Okay, I give up. I'm just gonna keep this. Sometimes you don't hit. You don't luck out. Sometimes you just. Sometimes you don't get the cards you need. Could I have mulliganed down to 4? I probably should have, but. Yeah, this is gonna. It's gonna be my turn to do a quick concede at this point. Well, we're not too sure. Let's see what we draw, but we do need to draw running lands. Lots of them. Okay, we got one running land, just not the right color. Do note that we do have 9 forests, but yeah, that's the problem with running a multicolored deck without any form of fixing. There are times I should have taken the Elvish Rejuvenator, but that one, good acceleration, not necessarily fixing, but hard to say. Probably would have been good. Well, we did hit our colors, so we're not quite out of it yet. One more land means we hit our Tornhide Wolves. 2 lands, preferably one of them green, so we can hit our Colossal Dreadmaw. Taking quite a bit of damage. This one's just gonna trade. You know what? I'll accept the trade because I need to. And I do ping him for 1, but probably opening the doors to something big. And if it turns out I don't draw... Well, okay, that's not too bad. Just need to draw 1 land. Prayer answered. Ask and you shall receive. So at least I can block these 2 guys profitably, but still scary. This color has some sort of removal. They have pump tricks, so... I'm probably not... And he hits his Colossal Dreadmaw first. We did not. But that said, I could just wait on Titanic Growth. So I'm gonna pass the turn. This is awfully suspicious, I admit, but Here's the thing. I could not play Oaken Form on this. That discourages the attack. I need him to attack. So I need to block anyway. Now, if he has something, so be it. At least he didn't attack with these two. Oh, he didn't have anything. Well, he might have something to kill him off just now, but... Well, Scepter... So if I were to discard something... Yeah, let's discard the Oaken Form. Let's lose the 2 life. Let's play Greenwood Sentinel. Okay, that's okay. Let's play the Poison Tip Archer. We need to block Fell Scepter now. So, no attacks until we can play Colossal Dreadmaw. We're gonna need to be disciplined at this point. He might have a combat trick, but I'm not just gonna let him hit me right then and there. He didn't have a combat trick. I'm starting to think that these icons are not doing a good enough job of representing the board state. That said, how much assistance is too much assistance? So, okay, pass the turn here. Our opponent is not... Yeah, but I think these icons by themselves are not enough. There should be like an indicator that, oh, if I attack, this one has this. Kind of hard to say. It is the player's responsibility to know what are the limitations of his what his opponent's creatures can do if it's right there on the board. So I will play the Cavalry Drill Master. Let's get some life back. He can double block if he wants. At least I get to knock something off. Or at least I just get 3 life. There's no reason to dump a creature in front of it. And please pay... And please, 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 don't just... Oh no. If there's any creature I would have thrown away in front of it, it's the Greenwood Sentinel. Not the Rocks Oracle. Guys, you can... In fact, you can hover over your opponent's creatures. Their tooltips will appear. Oh. That one is actually Oh, that... Okay, so... I take it back. Our opponent actually knew what he was doing. He's gonna sack enough creatures to run over this guy. So... I'm just waiting for enough mana to start running over with this guy. So at least opponent's starting to flood a bit. Nope, got Daggerback Basilisk. So it's too early for him to attack. Well, we got Militia Bugler, so at least we get to draw something. We don't have any double green creatures, so I'm going to just tap it like this. Board state's semi-complicated. Okay, got Pegasus Courser and a Cavalry Drill Master. I'll take the Pegasus Courser. Sure, Cavalry Drill Master makes him sacrifice another creature again. Actually, he should start sacrificing now if he wants. Or he could just wait for a combat trick. As it is, if he attacks with... It's whoever has the least amount of patience that's gonna lose. I'm hoping to get him to attack... lose the Dagger Basilisk first before I... Okay, fine. Pegasus Courser... comes down because he's seen it. Talons of Wildwood also comes down. So next turn I can actually just start attacking with these two guys. Again, patience is a virtue. So at least we can avoid the dagger back in the air. Our opponent might have to sack some creatures just to get rid of Pegasus Courser or the Tornhide Wolves I'm going to send up there. Hopefully I can get one more mana by then so that... Okay, opponents... We're both living off the top of our decks right now, so I'm actually quite happy I didn't give up right then and there. So, another quotable quote. Never give up, never surrender. I don't remember which 80s TV series that came from. Still haven't gotten our mana yet. It's a matter of time before we do. I wouldn't be surprised if I lose the Ravenous Harpy by him sacrificing the Rejuvenator and one other creature. He certainly has the mana for it. Yeah, he's gonna sack that one. At least I do. He's gonna have to sack one more if he wants to trade. I'd sack the Greenwood Sentinel or the Child of Night. Personally, I'd wish you'd sacrifice the Daggerback Basilisk. Nope, that's the correct one. So... I could play the Talons on something else. But let's be honest, I'm just gonna play the Daggerback Basilisk. I'm gonna start swinging this guy across. Though I really wish I could get rid of this Child of Night first. Thing is this, I need to... Actually, the nice thing is I can just keep buying back Talons of Wildwood. That gives me 3 power. That gives me enough guys with 3 power that... Well, I still have to worry about this one. He's not gonna swing as long as I still have this. Torn Lieutenant's not it. But if I get one more mana, I could swing with this guy first. So... yeah, pass the turn. Because this one's big enough to already trade... Not trade, but at least block. If he sacks one more creature, it's a trade. At least I don't have to do this on my turn. Giant Spider... Well, I'm not going through the air anymore. So let's solve that. This is gonna be a long game because we're just passing it back and forth. In fact, based on the gigabyte count right now, actually no, just even looking at my watch, I'm already close to 1 hour. Come on, let's see, make the attack first. And combat. Okay, let's buy it back. So I need to get... I still have no way of getting rid of that. Okay, finally hit our land. Okay, here's the problem. I can make this a 6/7. He can make it a 7... Wait. Okay. Let's do some quick math first. He can make this a 6/7 just by sacrificing 2 creatures. He can make it a 7/8 by sacrificing 3. I'm okay with either option, but man, neither of those look good. Yep. I'm just gonna play the Dreadmaw right now. Then I'm gonna dump the Talons on top of it. Then I'm gonna swing. So that makes it a 7/7. He's still looking for a way to get rid of the Poison Tip Archer. Kinda wish I had the plummet now, but actually it's just whoever can draw into a removal spell first wins. Let's see. Okay, so if I attacked with 7/7, Daggerback Basilisk is an easy block choice. But I want him to block the Torn Lieutenant instead. You know what? Let's hold back the Daggerback. Let's put it on Torn Lieutenant. I know I'll only have enough mana to trigger once, but that's that. Just gonna have to be really, really patient. This is not good. Our opponent can start buying back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can make a ton of zombies out of this. And he can feed them to the Ravenous Harpy. So as long as I can keep Poison Tip Archer alive. Let's get rid of that engine at least. So I don't think I'm going to win by trample damage. I'm probably gonna win with you got Daggerback already. That has Death Touch. In fact, yeah, if that has Death Touch already, so I wouldn't throw in any more blockers. So note, I have 1 Inspired Charge, 1 Make a Stand. One of those will kind of seal the deal for me. Opponent's deciding if he's just gonna take additional 1, 2, 3. He's gonna take 6 damage anyway based on the blocks like this right now. He can throw another creature to reduce the damage, but then that defeats the purpose of using Daggerback Basilisk. Okay, no, he figured. He will have mana to create zombies. I'm concerned he might have a pump effect. So I guess it's whoever gets to the pump effect first. So next turn for me is just Torn Lieutenant. So he's gonna start making creatures. He can make another one. So thankfully, well, a Death Baron would be really bad. That would make all of these guys that would make all of these guys lethal. Then again, I only need 8 creatures to die. 8 creatures dying, and if I can survive that, I win. Well, 8 creatures not including this guy, so I just need him not to answer this one also. Which... okay, that's 6 mana. 7, 8, 9... What manner of sorcery is this? It's definitely a sorcery. Trying to think of an Expel that... There's a Hydra if I'm not mistaken. That might be it. Some big Hydra, I think. Even then, I wouldn't tap all the mana first. I would just use the X command. Something's... okay, yeah. This right now, this is weirding me out. Opponent just tapped out all his mana. He hasn't done anything. Or did he just realize that as long as I can make enough trades and survive, then, well, technically it's virtually 10. Child of Night is an additional 2 life. So he's... oh, come on. Please don't tell me... oh no. Something just happened. He's not burning his timeouts. He's not malicious. And this is a complicated board state. Let's give our opponent the benefit of the doubt. In fact, if there's anyone that's gonna step away from the keyboard right now, it's me. Just need to get some water. All these dead corpses right on the other side of the board's making me thirsty. Okay, finally decided to do nothing. I do have the Druid of Horn synergy now, but let's make a deal. Yeah, the pump. Oh wait, I can kill both of these. Well, so that's 3 damage. Well, it's rather three triggers. Okay. So next turn, Druid of Horns. Next turn, buyback Talons. End of turn, buyback Talons. Next turn, place Talons on Druid of Horns. I didn't waste my Oaken Form. I discarded my Oaken Form. Thanks a lot, Spell Scepter. Spectre. Okay, now he decided casting Great Hydra. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. When it's dealt damage, put more counters on it. So it just gets bigger. Let's buy back some life. Ping him again. So he's back to right where he started. In fact, it doesn't prevent damage, so Dagger Back will be fatal. To the Hydra at least. So let's pass the turn. Our opponent should probably be using his extra mana to buy up more zombies too. So if he swings with the Hydra, he probably he remembers this guy way too well. Oh no, he's going for it. Okay, let's block. Dagger Back Basilisk. Doesn't have trample, at least. And yeah, that wasn't profitable. It didn't have a damage prevention clause. It's not over yet. Yeah, he's got Colossal Dreadmaw. Solve. In fact, I'm more than happy to just let all my creatures die now. Because if I'm on the attack, I can't be hit back. So let's buy this back first. So I'm gonna leave the Poison Tip Archer behind. So all except one. Yeah, that's enough already. The mat is quite clear at this point. You have to block enough creatures, and any pair of creatures that trades is already. Okay, so that's -1. That's -2. That's -3, and I gain 1 life. The reason I'd rather do it at this point, one, because his life is low enough, but also because at least I don't have to worry about the hit back. So all my creatures die. How many triggers is that? 8 triggers. Well, Poison Tip Archer, yeah, that's definitely going to be in the... Well, that actually is in the Saproling Swarm deck. Good stuff, too. So, 3 wins, 1 loss. That last game was really long. Yeah, I'm way more into an hour already. After this game, do I want to break this up into a part 1, part 2, or do I want to just keep going? Tell you what, if I win this next game, making me 4-1, I will just I'll just break it into part 1, part 2, and okay, at least I go first, so I can turn 3 Luminous Bonds, turn 4 Vine Mare. I'm gonna keep this. Opponent mulligans once, so okay, so definitely playing the forests out first. I don't have any double white creatures. Okay. So at least if our opponent drops something, I can drop Luminous Bonds on it. Yeah, I'm definitely dropping Luminous Bonds on. Oh wait, I could just drop the Militia Bugler. I want Cavalry Drill Masters. Shame I'm ditching one Swamp, but them's the breaks. Am I willing to trade these two? Yes, because I know... Because I have a 3-drop. Oh, I'm not willing to trade now. But I'm willing to put another enchantment on there for you. So, let's... Yeah, here, let me... Here, you like... I heard you like an aura, so I put an aura on top of your creature that already has an aura. Now, this is not the end of it. There is aura removal in white, and yeah, he can benefit from that. Maybe not immediately, but we'll see. So, next turn... Let's just go into combat first. Then I will drop Vine Mare now. In fact, I'm gonna do the Vine Mare Oakenform combo. It's just so dirty. Has to be done though. In fact, our opponent, yeah, he's just gonna sack this guy. He's gonna see what card he gets out of it. He got Hostile Minotaur. If he attacks, fine. He might hold it back to block, which is also fine. Okay, I'll just... No, he's gonna hold it back to block. Yeah, that's... There you go. That's fine. So... I could attack now, just drop the Inspired Charge and get the... Yeah, let's drop the... Yeah, let's do... It's a bit greedy. I probably would have dropped the both Cavalry Drill Masters first, but... I'm worried about the swing back. I'm worried about what else he might have. So... let's clear his board first. Okay. Smart Charge. So we end there. So the next turns are going to be me nickel and diming him. I know the Make a Stand is in the bottom. Peace. Now this is a creature you put an aura on. Now that said, yeah, I kind of want to put... I kind of want to start laying out my board. So he might have removal, so he's probably gonna just burn this out now. Oh no, he's not. So this represents lethal. He has to block, or yeah, that's correct block. I kind of wish it was Torrents of Wildwood. I forgot that actually gave trample. It was actually quite relevant, especially in that last game. So in this case, I get no damage. He can electrify this one. So as well. So yep. But now I get to at least Mentor of the Meek. He's gonna drop something so I can draw a card. No, he didn't. Okay, fine. Another Cavalry Drill Master on top of my Cavalry Drill Master. He's probably got some Spit Flame. Okay, he had... So he's had to do it, but He's now down to 4. He probably... Oh no, he wanted to preserve the creature in case he could draw into more stuff. Makes sense. So he's probably gonna play creature. Can't draw a card off that one. Definitely gonna just play the Hieromancer's Cage on that one at this point. Let's go for broke time. Yeah, he's... Now, it's not over yet. If he has a Cleansing Nova, we're all back to square one. No, he didn't have a Cleansing Nova. Okay, so that's actually been quite an episode. So, I'm actually going to have to break... Well, I got my rank up. So, I'm actually going to have to break this into 2 parts. It's a good thing I actually won that one. If I lost that one, that's going to be quite embarrassing. So, yeah, let's claim that reward. Demotion. Well, can't complain about this. It is just 1 mana. So 4 wins, 3 more wins, or 2 more losses. So that's it for this first part. It is a bit of a long episode. We're gonna see so I'm probably gonna just post this one and this part and the other part back to back. So thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I noticed the limited videos are the more popular ones. But yeah, give Constructed a try too. Actually, I'd like to thank everyone who watched the previous Primal Fury video. That was actually quite a bit for a Constructed video. Thanks to everyone who watched. Also, thank you to the guys at the Magic Arena MTG Facebook group. There was a bit of a scare, like everyone's saying, "Oh, we can only get 5 of the 10 dual colored decks," and there was a bit of a scare. So I posted out word on the street about that. Some people offered to give me deck lists, and then the news came out afterwards that, oops, there was a bit of an oversight. There's gonna be one more quest after that. So after you get your first 5 decks, there's a quest to deal 100 damage. That'll give you the other 5 decks. So you will get all 10 of them. But thanks to everyone who's kind enough to post deck lists or offer to post deck lists. That was great of the community. So again, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again for part 2. Ciao.